Murder that still haunts the police department and the city. Homicide detective Sean Suiter was killed in November of last year. And since then, an independent review board was assembled to look at his death and the investigation that immediately followed. Well, today, that board was supposed to release its findings. WMAR 2 News' Brian Kubler is here now to explain why they need a little more time. Brian?
Jamie, that review board says it needs more time. There are still interviews to conduct and forensic tests to receive. Still, its findings, while not binding, are of interest to many people in the city, the police department itself, and the judge overseeing that consent decree. For 3 months now, this independent review board has delved into the death of Detective Sean Suiter. The death ruled a homicide, but there are still many unanswered questions. Some surrounding the detective's killing, others around the immediate investigation conducted by the Baltimore Police Department. The board's findings will not be binding, but the question many have is how much of it will be revealing. Board members have remained tight-lipped on what they've found so far, but have conducted many interviews and even revisited the site on Bennett Place where Suiter was killed. Also of interest is the days-long lockdown of the Harlem Park neighborhood while police at the time investigated the killing. That tactic came up in last week's consent decree hearing in front of Judge James Bradar. The monitoring team said in court how the stops police made of residents during the aftermath were improper and pointed to a general failure of the Baltimore Police Department during the expansive crime scene. Judge Bradar was looking forward to the IRB report, saying that Harlem Park should be burned into the memory of all of us. There are policing lessons to be learned, and in a visceral and tragic case like Suiter's death, he said, quote, "That is when the Constitution comes to life." Harlem Park is part of the IRB's scope, along with any new evidence it may have turned up surrounding the death of Sean Suiter, a report now nearing its completion and to be made public soon. But still, there is no hard date on when the review board will vote on its findings and then release that report to the public.